As the closing manager of the Chuck E. Cheese on Elm Street, I thought I'd grown used to the place's after-hours aura. Sure, the animatronic mascots were a bit eerie when the restaurant was empty, but I chalked that up to an overactive imagination. But one night, everything changed. As I was sweeping around the stage, I couldn't shake the feeling that the unblinking eyes of the mascots were following me. Trying to brush it off, I continued with my tasks, but when I looked back, the animatronics had changed positions, their gazes fixed on me. Must have forgotten to reset the system, I said aloud, hoping to dispel the fear creeping in. But despite my attempts to reset them, they remained silent and still, their eyes fixated on me. Then, a sudden sound echoed from the arcade section. My heart skipped a beat. I knew I'd unplugged the machines earlier. When I went over to investigate, I found a skee-ball game running on its own. Before I could make sense of it, a screeching noise made me spin around. The drummer mascot had left the stage and was closer, its eyes glowing an eerie red. Suddenly, the lights went out. I fumbled for my phone, using its weak light to cut through the darkness. But as I tried to escape, the pizza-slicing mascot lunged at me. Its once comical smile was now a terrifying snarl. I panicked, throwing a chair in its path and ran towards the exit, but it wouldn't open. I felt trapped, the cold grip of fear tightening around me. Just when I thought it was the end, the lights came back. All the animatronics were back on stage, looking as benign as they always did when the restaurant was open. But the active skee-ball machine and the chaos around me were clear signs that it wasn't just my imagination. In that moment, I noticed a small button on my keychain, labeled Emergency Reset. As I pressed it, all the animatronics shuddered, twitched, and finally, went still. Their eyes lost the life they had moments ago, and the restaurant was peaceful once more. I stumbled out of the restaurant, locking the door behind me. Despite the calm, I couldn't resist a backward glance at the now harmless-looking mascots on stage. But then, a flicker of red in the drummer's eye sent a chill down my spine. I quickly turned away, my heart pounding in my chest. I knew no one else would believe my story of that horrifying night, but I was sure of one thing: I'd never work the closing shift alone again.